Hello and welcome, everybody, to this podcast, the Red Herring Podcast. Today, we'll be talking about pertinent news in the media. I'm your host, Ice Tray, and we can go around the circle and see who else is here. To my left,
It's your boy Banksy, back on it. Going to be talking about Charlie Kirk and everything that happened today. You already know what it is. And joining us from
Iowa.
Cap's calling in from Iowa. That's all you didn't remember it. We're chilling, and I'm ready to talk as well. I was talking to someone today about the Kirk shooting, and I was actually in Utah when it happened.
So describe that a little bit. What were you up to in Utah? Maybe even get into your life a little bit, if you want.
Yeah, so I was up there for work, and I was eating lunch at this hospital, and I looked on the news and it says like assassination. So I'm like, holy fuck! But like, I didn't really know who Kirk was. Like, I might have heard the name once or twice, but I didn't really know who it was but it looked like it was big news. So
Yeah.
people were all talking about the video and stuff. Pretty wild.
What is everybody's relationship with Kirk? Because I think that's a big portion of this. Is like, a lot of people saw the news and there are varying levels of like what they actually knew about the guy who was assassinated. So like, did anyone want to like share what they knew about Kirk and his impact on them to this point? Because I can begin. I could just start with, basically, did anyone see those kind of like clickbait YouTube titles of like one guy surrounded by 20 conservatives? One conservative surrounded by 20 liberals.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that video of him, and I also saw his like come debate me, or I'm not sure exactly, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but like come talk to me, have a good conversation with me, which I don't think is clickbait. I think that was really good stuff from a perspective of like a political person, to like just have random people come to him and talk about stuff with him. Like, I think that type of debate is what is more of what we need in society today. And yeah, I thought that way that he publicized himself was good and cool. But yeah, what other people?
What about some of the stuff Kirk has said though? Like about how saying it's okay for
Yeah.
for gun violence, to have the gun rights.
He says some things that I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with. I don't agree with everything that he said. He said some like really, really out of pocket stuff, like
Civil rights.
yeah, civil rights. Yeah, some things about black people in general. Is like, but like that. A lot of that was like old him, and I don't know who knew him exactly. I don't know all of his standpoints, but old him was just like really, really bad. Was what I've seen.
So what makes you say that there's a new him and old him? Or is it just like you haven't really like seen anything to make it seem like that's still what he does?
Yeah, I think he, to what I've seen, and to his credit, grew as a person from what I saw when he was making comments about like black people like waiting for like white women or anything to like steal their stuff or something.
What?
It was a clickbait video that somebody posted after he died of like, this is all this horrible stuff that he said. This is the man that you're supporting.
Well, speaking of, I do have something I want to ask y'all about that. So,
Okay.
I was looking at my feed after the shooting, and a couple people were posting on Snapchat, Instagram stories, some videos of Kirk saying that shit about the guns, and like in like a way, like talking about it silently, like kind of attributing his death to that statement. I feel like, and I thought that's in bad taste.
Very bad taste.
Like the day someone died. What do you guys think? because there might be some fair play in that state. Like I might agree with the statement itself.
That's what
in
I
a
was gonna
way.
ask next. That's what I was like. So, you think it would be fair if they did that a week later?
I don't think it's ever
Yeah,
fair.
exactly.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So, Ice Tray, you think that is always wrong? Just do something like that.
After a person died or was assassinated, I just don't like the idea of someone posting, this was this person's viewpoint, so like they deserve it, or oh, look at this viewpoint that he had and now people care about gun violence. Like, I feel like that's a little bit unfair.
The thing is, though, is that Kirk's words, or at least what he stands for, Trump, MAGA, it kind of fuels the rhetoric that makes people go and kill people. Like it makes people volatile.
Yeah.
Like I feel like since Trump's been in office, it's like it's a very aggressive country right now, and I feel like it influences its citizens.
I was honestly surprised that the country was this calm. I thought there was going to be a lot more anger, especially on the right, when it came out the identity of the shooter and their beliefs and everything. I'm not sure if it was because of the original mix-up, if that maybe because information has been like flowing out in really weird ways right now, so I'm not sure if that's why, but I thought that the right, upon hearing that the identity or the killer is a leftist and did it for supporting transgenderism and those kind of ideals, that seems to be everything that the right was hoping for to start a war, but nothing happened. Like, do you guys feel like this was a calm reaction by the country, or?
Nah, they're like I don't know if it's Department of Justice or what, but they're doing somewhere of like looking into people celebrating his death.
Oh, snap.
And
hate speech, they
it's
called
almost
it,
like
right?
so. Yeah, it's like how's that infringing on privacy or just like that kind of idea? Because I'm like, you don't hear them doing that for anyone who's like celebrating when Pelosi got injured. You know, like when that dude invaded her home.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
didn't they stab her husband? Yeah.
Yeah, he got popped, right? He was in the hospital for a while. So, anyways,
That is interesting. Yeah, someone in a group chat I was in was just like, the peaceful left. I was wondering, do you think that the left is becoming and growing more aggressive than the right?
no. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, right. No, you're good. Go ahead, Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it's the people that are in government, man. Like the Democrats, they should be an opposition party right now to everything that Trump and America is doing. Like they should be an opposition party with Israel and what's going on over there. Same with Russia and push for more Russia sanctions. And they don't stand up. They don't really have a leader. So I don't think the Democrats, the left, is we're scary.
I will acknowledge, though, this is like the third assassination attempt, right? At least, I mean, this one wasn't just an attempt, but there's been multiple at this point.
Yeah.
So I will acknowledge that, but I think it's just more so. I think it's two different kind of extremists. I think a right extremist, it takes more, or it takes like more of an event to happen, rather than a leftist extremist. Like nothing really happened leading up to either of these assassinations, or I say either of these, any of the previous assassinations attempts.
Yeah, I mean, like that happened with the Minnesota lawmaker. Yeah, it just happened out the blue, like just like this.
Is that the one where they burned his house down? Or is that another one?
Burned the house down. I think this guy just went into, I think a retired senator or representative and shot her and her husband.
Oh.
It was pretty brutal. But they were Democrats.
So maybe it's more so just times are becoming more volatile.
Times are definitely
That's
becoming
what
more
I'm
volatile.
thinking. And who do you guys think is at fault for that?
Very good question.
I mean, I technically blame our government, even though I don't really believe the faces in our government are our government, if that makes sense. But I feel like they've really just been letting things happen for a long time. The mentally ill have not been supported in decades. So I think it's just a fire that just continues to grow. What do you guys think, though?
I blame the internet a little bit. Sensationalism. The fact... I don't blame TikTok, but, like, the TikTok level of generation... this generation of TikTokers... Not TikTokers themselves, but, like, this idea of having media just immediately in your face and, like, it's filtered and it's... Or unfiltered sometimes, filtered to show you the things that are the most... Just, like, emotionally straining and the most, like... The thing that's eliciting a reaction the most out of the most people, basically. And that's... is it good? Is it bad? I think it leads to more stuff like this, where a person's just going to get a ton of information that... Like, why do you think... I think this is a question. Why do you think a 22-year-old person would be impelled to kill Charlie Kirk? Like, why do people not like Charlie Kirk? And I think that's something that was filtered through the media too. Like, as much as Charlie Kirk is like, maybe he said bad things and that spreads around negatively. Negative things about Charlie Kirk have been spread through the media and stuff like that type of content, TikTok content, Instagram content. That's spread around a lot too. So
I agree completely, Ice Tray. Without the media, there is not nearly as many of these mass shootings. And I feel like all these killers get romanticized, like Luigi.
Yep.
It's unhealthy. It gives people fame, gives people inspiration. It's like, there's dudes all over Discord. And, like, I don't know if he plotted for the killing on Discord, but I would be willing to bet Discord had an influence on his opinions.
I agree.
However, I also think that media, that just might be part of, like, something humanity can't control. Like it wasn't supposed to really happen on Earth.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like it's not a natural thing, so it's not supposed to influence humans well because it's not a natural, simulation.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to disagree with both of you. I don't know if the media can be blamed here. All of these assassination attempts, except for maybe Luigi, I would say they were not going for fame, or they were not going to be a star or sensationalized or anything like that. I will give it the credit to maybe their opinions were influenced by the internet, but I don't believe that you can blame the internet for that, if that makes sense. It's almost... I agree with what Cap was saying. Like, it's such an unnatural and incredible tool that I think that it's almost like if you get onto the internet and you cannot handle it, then I don't think that it's the internet's fault for what you do, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I think it might give the idea more in their head. Like, I don't think the media is at fault as much, but I think seeing it constantly on screens makes people think that this is something that I could do. Like, there's some kind of subconscious influence from the visual, or just reading about it.
Do you guys think that, like, these kind of national killings, or like national or mass shootings, any of those kind of events, do you think they happen differently in America compared to elsewhere, other first world countries, quote unquote?
Well, yeah. Mass shootings don't happen in other places like they do in America. We all know this. And, like, violent crime, I don't know the statistics at all about it. I just know that it's definitely significantly lower and happens differently just because of the way that different countries are set up. America, I don't know how many other countries even have like gun laws. Like, where else are there school shootings? I actually don't know.
I don't really know if there's school shootings. I'd say I'm curious about stabbings because I've heard there's a lot more stabbings overseas, and that might equate the human aggression that it just kind of gets released no matter what.
Exactly, yeah.
I would say,
But
oh, go ahead.
oh, you're good. No, you're good. Sorry,
No,
Vince.
no, you're not a problem. I was just gonna add in. I do believe that you're right, Ice Tray. At least with numbers when it comes to guns. Although I'm pretty sure it's also true. This is the most free, quote unquote, when it comes to getting a gun. You can pretty much get it anywhere. So, but I do believe other places have higher mass killings, but with other weapons.
Oh shit.
More so like bombs and knives. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot more bombs.
I'm like, do you guys think that the media handles it differently over there compared to over here? Or do you think it's more so the way that the people react here?
I
I
don't
think
think
it's the way people react here, because I mean, and I feel like America's always got that kind of like there's something about it, and like this sounds like American exceptionalism. I feel like there's something that stands out because it's not European, and it's like one of the world powers. So people react here very volatile because I feel like we're such a melting pot of a country.
so. Now, as we wrap up, just a couple more questions, or maybe just one last question. Cap, what are you thinking about the killer as he's going into the court?
I've been going back and forth about his death penalty future, most likely, because I have a hard time thinking like holding people responsible for their actions if they are insane. And maybe this person is insane, and he's gonna have a trial where he's gonna be evaluated for insanity, and you know, if he's not found insanity, then I think he has to get the death penalty as a deterrent. You know, it's like you shouldn't be able to take someone's life and not have to give up your own. And I'm curious what y'all think about that.
I guess I'll go. I feel like in this case, I don't know the history of the death penalty necessarily or what recent cases have been had with the death penalty that are notable. But I feel like in this case,